Hey everyone, and welcome back to Battle Network 2 for the last time. For now. We might come back eventually for multiplayer stuff, but for now, I think this is going to be the end. Starting on the title screen one last time to show, we got a red star, because we got all 250 battle chips in our library. I mentioned before there is a 5th star in the game, and getting all 5 stars is what marks 100% completion. To get that 5th star, what you need to do is you need to get 10 secret chips, and these secret chips can only be received through multiplayer by getting S ranks against other players. And by doing that, you are able to, with a random chance of course, get battle chips, including 10 secret battle chips which can only be gained through those S ranks in multiplayer battles. Since I don't have any friends who are who have Legacy Collection on the Switch and would be willing to help me grind out the secret chips, not going to be worrying about that for now. I might try and do just net battles against random players. That could be fun. I don't know. It would probably take a while to grind out all 10 secret chips, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what I decide. I might come back to this, I might not. It's very possible I might not. Anyways, loading in, I'm here in Den Area 1. We're here in Den Area 1, because I believe if we get one more net battle, we'll be able to get something very special. To get this, we need to beat all... You know what? Let's wait until we've actually finished the battle, and then I'll show you what. I'll tell you how to get it. What's this? A style change? It must be. But what style? Looks like a new style has evolved, but what? Your synchro rate is 200%. Mega Man, is this? Yes, I can feel it, just like before. It is. What is it, Dad? During battles with strong Navis with a continuously full synchro rate, or synchro state, Mega Man's subconscious runs Hub.Bat, which was supposed to be switched off before. Call it Hub Style. Mega Man is probably very powerful now, but his body is in worse shape with 50% of the usual HP. So he does a lot of damage, but is weak. It's up to you, Lan. Lan, use all your operating skills. Hub Style. Cool, we're unbeatable. Wait, listen well, Lan. Mega Man's memory can only hold info for up to 2 styles. Mega Man already has acquired 2 styles. To learn another style, Mega Man will have to overwrite a current style. This will give you a new style, but you will also lose an old style. We're doing it. Do not say no. We're gonna overwrite Aqua Shield. And now Mega Man has a new power. Thanks, Dad. Let's go, Mega Man. Okay, Lan. Hub Style. You remember Hub Batch back in the first game? How we beat the Life Virus? We have that back, except now it's in the form of a style change. And that actually works a bit differently. It works very differently in this game. It is extremely powerful. You only have one chance, to get Hub Style. If you say no, you do not get it. To get Hub Style, you need to S rank all V3 Navis except for base. And then I believe you have to talk to the girl behind the trees in AC/DC Park. I talked to her in the previous one, and she listed off all the Navis we beat and said we might get something special. Once we have done that, our next style change will give us Hub Style. So what does Hub Style let us do? Well, let's get into a fight real quick and we can take a look. Perfect. Alright, so we start off battles obviously with full custom gauge. We get 10 chips at the start of battle. Well, that makes us ridiculously overpowered already. That's just obscene. That is absolutely obscene. What else? Let's go ahead and put a fast gauge, then I guess full custom. And we'll we'll just hop in and we start with a barrier. It's a simple barrier, so it will break after one hit, but that's still a barrier that we start the battles with. Okay, awesome. What else do we get? Taking a look at my list, you know what? Might as well hop back in. And if we hold, come on. If we hit B and back at the, rather B and left at the same time, B and then, it seems like B and then left is most reliable. We put up a shield, just like on the shield styles. Also, Buster attack power, wow, is doubled, but we have a rapid stat of 1, just like the Gut style, so we've got shield style, Gut style. The customs battle screen being increased to 10 at the start. That's from our custom styles. You know what, let's toss on the Life Aura. So yeah, our starting with 10 chips is from the custom styles. What else do we got? Super armor, which means we do not flinch when we get hit by powerful attacks. I forget which style that's from. From team style, we get 3 extra Navi chips in our folder. We can have 3 extra Navi chips in our folder. I need to emphasize we can have 8 total. So we could have 8 Gators if we wanted. That's wild. Can we have 8 Gators? Is there also a limit on the number of the single type of chip we can have? Okay, so first barrier, shield from the shield styles, Navi chips from the team styles, custom gauge up from the custom styles, Buster attack power doubled and rap reduced to 1 from the Gut style, super armor which might be from Gut style as well, and HP is halved. We're kind of invincible, especially if you also make use of this Life Aura thing that I picked up. Very, very powerful. Incredibly powerful. Hub style is just broken. I love it. With the downside, of course, of the halved max HP. Alright then, so, what else? What else is there in Battle Network 2 that we can get at the end of the game? Well, I guess the next thing, taking a look. No, not that. Next thing, where would I find it? You know what? It'd be in Mega Man. Next thing, we could have done this at any time, but I chose not to. We can get 5 download chips. These are chips that were distributed in Japan-only special events. So if you went to those events when these games were out on Game Boy Advance, that is the only way you could have gotten these chips. I decided to wait until now to get them because they are extremely powerful. But we can go ahead and grab 5 chips. And I'm not gonna worry about putting up like the infographics for this. I want to keep this last video pretty simple, just to keep my life easy. But let's toss them into the folder and see what we can do with them. So Gate, SP, Fire Gospel, Oscar Gospel. Fine, I'll toss out a few Navi chips. Elec. I guess we don't need to show all of them. The Gospels are all the same, just with different elements. Literally the same chip, just with different elements, so useful in different situations. There's also Gate SP, which we can try out. 300 damage, 600 damage. Also, I'm curious how these show up in our library, if at all. It still says 250 out of 250. Yeah, our library don't scroll down enough for that. Fair enough. Alright then, let's go ahead and get into a fight and check out what these chips actually do. Okay, so starting out with Gate SP. Cannon of Another Dimension? What's gonna happen? Maybe we should get into a fight with a strong enemy for this, actually, but... Okay, fair enough. We'll try it against stronger enemies. In that case, let's make our way over to the undernet. Goodbye. I do not need to fight you, Canodums. But yeah, let's head over to the undernet and see what we can do with these chips. And then also, while we're at it, it couldn't hurt to make sure... Where is it? Don't ask. You'll find out. Now then, let me get into a fight. Dominator, yeah, let's do it. Let's start with Gate SP. Let's go after that kill lead. 300 damage. A clean kill. I'm curious about something though. I'm curious if it goes through enemies or if does it stop on the first enemy it hits. Alright, next up we might as well try Fire Gospel. As a reminder, these Gospel chips are all the same. The only difference is the element. Okay, fair enough, but what happens if the enemies aren't directly in front of us, I wonder? Because that would be a little underwhelming if that's all it did. A lot of damage for sure, but that'd be a little underwhelming. I'm pretty sure it does more. It probably just stops at the first enemy it hits. I wonder if it's like, does it spread out over the rows? Yeah, let's try Gate SP. There we go. Let's see, does it go through enemies? No, it stops at the first enemy it hits. Fair enough. That's still a lot of damage. That's still 300 damage in one chip. That's really powerful. Okay, yeah, let's toss some chips and try and save up for the Elemental Gospels. See what happens if we, That was not what I wanted to do. It's fine. Come on, give me an Elemental Gospel. Here we go, Aqua Gospel. Okay. So it does spread out, and it either stops on the last enemy, or on the first enemy it hits, or it just doesn't hit that back row. We'll do one more test. I want to find an enemy who's in the back row who we can test this on. If we can... Yeah, let's get rid of the, this stops on the first enemy. So let's get rid of the fishy. And then we can test the Elemental Gospels to see if they go... to see if they stop at the first enemy or if it just doesn't hit the back row. It'd be sad if it just didn't hit the back row, but... Oh, perfect. I already have it in my folder. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, it just doesn't hit the back row, and if it hits an enemy, it stops. That's a little unfortunate. Is it because... was I standing in the back row? I guess that's one last thing to test. Life or up, we are now invincible. Take that, beetle. Okay, Fire Gospel. If we're in the front row, what does it hit? Still doesn't hit the back row. Okay, got it. Fair enough. In that case, let's show off one more thing. I think this will be the last thing we do. Base V3, Anti-Navi, any of the Gospels, a final secret program advance. 3,000 damage, enough to kill any enemy who doesn't have a shield in one hit, as long as they're not in the back row. Okay. Never mind, I stand corrected. Problem solved. Well then. Satisfying. And we got mail. Hub Style allows Mega Man to use all his latent power. Essentially, every style's abilities can be used. Buster's doubled, Buster's attack. You can choose from 10 chips on the custom screen. You can carry 8 chips per folder. 8 Navi chips per folder? You have a barrier, and during battle you can use the shield to guard attacks by pressing B, then left. However, Mega Man's body can't fully take the power, so his HP are reduced to half. Hub Style is a style full of strength and versatility. It all depends on how you handle the routine, Lan. And that is it for Mega Man Battle Network 2. With the exception of the net battles, we've done everything. I'm gonna keep this one real simple. I'm not gonna edit it too much because this series has been going on for a while, and I love this game. This was a very good game, but I'm also ready to be done. And I showed you everything that we got today, so like it doesn't matter that much. So, I'll see everyone next time. I think right now, as of this going live, if you're watching it as it goes live, we are working on In Stars in Time. Still making progress through that. I am thinking we'll probably have some Chao Garden from Sonic Adventure 1 at some point while we're doing In Stars in Time, just to fill in the gap. And once In Stars in Time is done, we'll start up our next playthrough. And of course, don't forget that you can support me on Patreon. For $1 a month, awesome, thank you, incredibly helpful and kind of you. $5 a month, you get videos as soon as they are done and ready to go. I usually try to keep about a 4-week buffer so that I can stay ahead of schedule, just in case things happen in real life, like getting sick or recently moving. And $10 a month or more, you get your name in the end slates. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone. Patreon is completely optional, but I appreciate those who are supporting me through Patreon. Have a wonderful day.